Hey guys, Sean here. Um, I originally was gonna do like a television series from or video on a series that I liked called Two and a Half Men, but I thought I'm gonna do something else. Um, I'm gonna do a series ranking for the Fast and the Furious movies. Basically, I'm gonna rank these movies from like best to worst, I guess you say, or maybe worst to best. I don't know. Pretty much the worst movie will be at the bottom, the best movie at the top. So best to worst, I guess you say. I think. Anyway, this is a series that I have enjoyed watching since pretty much 2006 when I first got into the series. Um, it is one of my favorite film franchises of all time, and I've only seen at least three of them in theaters. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna start with this. So let's see. At the bottom, so we're starting with the worst here. The worst one for me would be Tokyo Drift. Now, listen. Now, I do enjoy the movie, and I think it's a lot of fun. But the reason why it's the worst for me is because even with all the little connective issues they try to put throughout the series, it still feels like the most standalone of the series. You know what I mean? It still feels like the most standalone in the whole series. Even with Vin Diesel cameo at the end, even with Lucas Black's cameo in this movie, even with them showing um, how Han really died in this one, Tokyo Drift to me still feels like the most standalone throughout the series, if that makes any sense. So that's pretty much why. It's not the movie's not horrible. I still enjoy it, but it's because it's the most standalone of the series. So that's why it's the worst in my opinion. Hang on. All right, so we're going with number 6 is Too Fast, Too Furious. And yeah, I do have these on 2 double features because, like I said in my DVD collection video, it was cheaper that way. But yeah, number 6 would be Too Fast, Too Furious. And again, I don't hate this movie like Tokyo Drift. I don't hate any of these movies. Just to let you guys know. But the reason why this one is number 6 is because, unlike Tokyo Drift, does actually feel like a part of the series. But the reason why it's number 6 is because out of all the rest of the movies, Vin Diesel is not in this one. So you don't have the dual lead structure of the majority of the films where you have Vin Diesel and Paul Walker. Though I do enjoy this movie, Too Fast, Too Furious, a lot. I think it's a lot of fun, just like the rest of the movies in the series. The title, I'll admit, is kind of weird. Too Fast, Too Furious. It's kind of weird title, I'll admit. I didn't really care for Ludacris's like afro, I guess it's called. Didn't really care for that. I didn't really care for the villain in this movie, so that's pretty much why it's number 6, I guess, for me. Number 5, Too Fat, or no, bleh. Number 5, Fast and Furious, the 4th movie, chronologically the 3rd. This movie I thought was better than the 2nd movie because it has all the actors back, which were not in Too Fast, Too Furious except for Paul Walker. It has all the actors back, though Michelle Rodriguez does get written out of the movie because the whole plot of the movie is her supposed death and Dom wanting revenge for it, basically. So I like the street racing scenes. I love the chemistry between the actors, especially Paul Walker and Vin Diesel. You know, they're the 2 best in the series, I think. May Paul Walker rest in peace. But the story, and I like Han's cameo. I just wish he was kind of in the movie more. And apparently I read that Tyrese Gibson was supposed to be in Fast and Furious, but I think it was because of his scheduling conflict with Revenge of the Fallen. He wasn't in it. but that's just my opinion, I think. So yeah, great movie. Like seeing the original cast back. Number 5 on my list. Number 4, Fast 7. Now, with all the things I said in my review, that for this being a sequel to essentially being a Tokyo Drift sequel, the Tokyo Drift cast being underused, Vin Diesel's motivation makes no sense because he says, "I'm here for the team that crippled my brother," and even in the trailer and during Han's funeral, Tyrese says, "We're being hunted." Well, I hate to say it, but no, Jason Statham basically focuses all his attention on Dom, and that made no sense if he's going after the whole team. But yeah, I do like this movie, and also I didn't like how they blew up the house. I was like, they finally make it back to the house, and you blow it up in the next movie. That makes no sense. But yeah, and The Rock had little to no, barely was in this movie, but love seeing him in the movie. The tribute at the end I thought was awesome. It was a great tribute to Paul Walker. So all in all, this movie is a good one. It's just not as good as some of the other movies in the series. You know what I mean? So number 3, the original Fast and the Furious. I don't give a crap when anyone says the original Fast and Furious is a good movie. It is a fun, awesome movie, and yeah, it may be a remake to a Point Break, but I've never seen Point Break. So I can't really clarify that one. I'm just going off what people say. But yeah, this was the introduction to the series. You know, because you had the characters, you have the great chemistry of the characters. The house was a great house. Street races were awesome. Yeah, it's just a fun movie. You know, the villain Johnny Tran, not one of my favorite villains, like you said. I like the character of Agent Bilkins. I thought he was cool. I like how they brought him back in the second movie. Wish they would have brought him back more. Wish they would have used him again in the series, but didn't. Sometimes seeing the first movie, it still shocks me to see the cast that young after seeing the other movies, which is weird. But yeah, great movie, great cast. The music I thought was cool. So yeah. Number 2, Fast 5. Now, this is an awesome movie. I really love this movie a lot. This is basically the Avengers of Fast and Furious, meaning they took all the characters from the past movies and put them together into one film, and I thought that was awesome. Basically, the plot of this movie is after Fast and Furious, they're on Rio de Janeiro trying to pull off one last job to earn their freedom, and they plan to basically rob I want to say the criminal kingpin of Rio, named Hernan Reyes. And I'm sorry, if he's supposed to be the villain, he's not much of a threat. This villain was a lazy villain. Hell, even the Rock puts up more of a threat is more of a threat than Reyes is. Ugh. And I did like seeing Vince back. All I wish they would have kept him around for at least another couple of movies or so, instead of killing him off in this one. But, what you can do. And then number 1, in my opinion, my favorite movie in the series, Fast 6. Now, I really like this movie a lot. I think it's a lot of fun, great. The cast coming back is awesome. The villain, played by Luke Evans, my God, is an awesome villain. Because he's the exact opposite of what Dom is. Because Dom is all about the loyalty to his team, or as he calls his family, whereas the character Owen Shaw, he doesn't give a damn about his people. They're, as he said in the movie, a team is basically just pieces he switch out to get the job done. Like, he doesn't give a damn about his people. He doesn't care if they live or die as long as he completes his objective. And what I liked about this movie is in Fast 5, The Rock was trying to hunt down Dom and the crew and take him in. Well, this one, he kind of needs their help. Because Rock even says in the movie that Shaw's team, they disappear like smoke and they hit like thunder and disappear like smoke. Which means Rock needs Dom's team to track down Shaw's gang. Which I thought was really cool. And they finally make it back to the house, even though in the 7th one they kind of destroy the house. Ugh. But yeah, awesome movie. And we do see at the end of like a post-credit scene or a mid-credit scene, whatever, how Han really died. It was revealed by Jason Statham that killed him. So that was kind of cool seeing that. So yeah, that is my series ranking of Fast and Furious. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys later.